This week on Not Another Shooting Show.
Steve's so chill. Steve's one of us. He's one of the boys. We got into some sketchy areas thanks to JJ Rakaza.
I need to see your penis.
Well, let me tell you about my Area 2 side quest.
Legends, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. We go to East Hampton, wherever East Hampton is. The EastHamptonStar.com gives us this little police log story of a wildlife rescue called police on Saturday morning to relay a report that a guy accidentally was shot with an arrow. Oh, pardon me. No, a deer was accidentally shot with an arrow. The deer ran away on its own upon their arrival, but the shooting, they said, seemed like an intentional act. An officer spoke with the homeowner who explained that her son was shooting his bow and arrow at a target in the backyard when a deer jumped over the fence and was, quote, accidentally shot. Adding that her son had called wildlife rescue himself, which is good. I mean, that's the only thing that makes me think this is plausible, is that he did self-report.
Yeah.
A target in the backyard containing arrows supported the homeowner's account, and the officer concluded that the incident had indeed been an accident. So, I mean, at our range in Canton, deer will walk by on the 100-yard range from those trees and just go right across, and then they'll go up and over the berm into Bay 8.
Yep.
And it's a thing that happens. And there's been times where I've been on the rifle, and then all of a sudden there's a deer in my scope.
Yep.
Like, oh, shit.
ENGC has the same problem.
Oh, yeah, you got lots of woods around there.
Yeah, we've had to literally run turkeys off of the bay so that we can continue a USPSA match. One of the legendary stories that they tell is that someone brought their girlfriend or something to our 600-yard range, and I think it was a turkey, but it may have been a deer, walked out, and she just went, bam, shot it. And they're like, crap.
Like, she shot it on purpose?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And so they had to call Game and Parks. And that's when I learned that Game and Parks is, if people think that like cops are bad, Game and Parks is the level above them. Like,
they don't fuck around.
They just confiscate all. They explained it as they take everything,
including your vehicle.
Yeah, that was used in the commitment of the act. So the car that drove you there, the gun that was fired, like they can take everything.
Yeah, no, it's not good. Like, and if something bad accidentally happens, like self-report, it's the way to go because it's way easier on your life. Anyway, we have a guest once again. We're getting guesty again here, Jeff.
Yeah, because it's this weird off-season thing.
It's sort of off-season, yeah. Live from, I think, does Belt live in Arizona? Is that where Belt lives?
Yes.
You're back again. Okay.
Can I talk?
Yeah. By all means, talk. Hunter Constantine is on the show with us again.
Hello, welcome back
Yeah.
to NAS. Here we go, Belt reporting live from Arizona.
I was so surprised when I landed in Vegas and then drove to Nationals, and I'm like, oh, I'm entering Arizona. I didn't know this was going to happen.
There's a weird little vortex
Yeah.
up there where you can go between Nevada, Utah, and Arizona all in the span of about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then you go back in time, and then you go forward in time again. I was also screwed up by that whole time zone thing. Anyway, Hunter, welcome back to the show. It's not been that terribly long, but anyway.
Years.
But it's been an eventful time.
Been eventful, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
There's been some belt things going on. Belty belt.
Tons of belt things. What month did I come on? Was that July? August?
You
it was
guys
before
talk.
World
I'll
Shoot
research.
for sure.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget what we were leaving for. Maybe it was before IPSC Nationals. I felt like it was...
It was definitely before...
it was late June or early July.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Let's go with that. But yeah, there's been a lot of developments in the last 4 or 5 months. So it's been pretty cool. I appreciate you guys inviting me back. You guys are some good companies. This is going to turn into an absolute yap fest for your listeners, but hopefully we say some good stuff. You never know, because we're all just shooting from the hip.
Yeah. Well, yap fest is kind of what we do. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of
shooting
planned.
from the hip also reflects my scores this year. But
I feel that at a core level.
yeah, big time.
So you went to World Shoot. Let's start with World Shoot. Was that that was your first one, wasn't it?
First World Shoot. You know what? It is most people's like largest accomplishment in the shooting sports and like the most important match they're ever going to shoot. And I worked so hard that I just decided to burn out and not want to shoot anything by the time I got there, which is like worst case scenario. And I felt so bad, and like I was doing our country a disservice. But I put my big boy pants on and we shot it. And so I thought the best plan of action would be just to like not shoot beforehand. So I'd like get excited about shooting. And so I shot from July through World Shoot. I shot Area 8, I shot IPSC Nationals, and I had one practice session and then went to World Shoot. And that was like over the course of like 8 to 10 weeks. And I moved into a new house and like all this other stuff going on, like belt stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to stress myself out with training. The line does not concern himself with dry fire. And so I was just like, I was like, whatever, we're just going to rock and roll. I'm just going to shoot to like whatever skill level I'm at right now and see how it goes. And believe it or not, I shot way too conservatively and way too slow. But we finished with really strong points. I think I finished 30th or 35th, something 35th. Like that.
I pulled it up. You were 35th, 84% of Eric Raffel, who put 5% on number 2. So
yeah, wow. So let's call it 90%. Yeah, which is we take Eric and Christian out of the equation. Just kidding. We don't.
Agreed.
I shot 84, whatever, or 85. But I will say it was one of the best experiences that I've had in the shooting sports, and I think that's what's really important is that like we go to shoot these matches and test our skill and test ourselves and everything like that. But the real reason we're doing this is because it gives us an excuse for more experiences and travel and being social. And we had a perfect combination of things line up for, I'm just going to state it here online to everyone that we had a better time at our lodging than every single other person in South Africa that week. Because
yes, let's go.
And honestly, like it was like I could have shot better, sure, but like I'm not kidding. The match was second tier to everything else we were doing. Aaron Eddins found a private lodge. We rented the entire lodge. So we had like 18 people there, some girlfriends and spouses and stuff. Actually, all spouses. I don't think any girlfriends, but regardless, bunch of ragtag group of boys. I'll break it down real quick. So we had the camera crews, which is like my main videographer, Hunter, my documentary guy, John, and then we had an auxiliary guy named Alex. Then we had Joey Sutherland, Mike Wang. Then it was Aaron Edens, Jacob Hetherington, Isaac Lockwood, Lane Uzaman, Chris Tilley, Bill Drummond, and I think that was it. And then some lives. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Sorry, boys. But anyways,
I'm sure they'll feel terrible. You'll
it is
completely
what it
let them
is.
down. Yeah, that's a lot of faces and names. Do you remember any of the wives' names?
Emily. Sarah,
a Jennifer, probably maybe a Jessica.
Dude, Bill and Chris are gonna light me up for not remembering theirs. But to be honest, like Bill and Chris and them, they were kind of doing their own thing. It was mainly the boys. The boys were just being boys out there, and we had a lot of freedom at this place. So like the range was at this like pretty rundown range. The berms were low, the walls were shoddy, and people got hit with ricochets every single day, multiple times a day. And when you leave the range, you go left, you go to the hotels. And from what I heard, it's thin-walled, ill decor, questionable food. But if you go right, there's 10 kilometers of dirt road that takes you to the countryside, which is where this lodge was. So like everyone leaves left, we go right. We cruise down this road, and it was like, I'm spitballing here, 2,500 to 5,000 acre property.
Oh, wow.
And they had animals like you open up your bedroom door and there's giraffes and sables and stuff. Jesus. And like 20 yards from me, we were feeding this thing called a Nyala, I think. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. And they told us not to feed it, but we named him Steve, and Steve was just so friendly, and he just loved the snacks. and so we're giving Steve apples and bananas and stuff, and we're like,
as you should.
Yeah, like Steve's so chill. Steve's one of us. He's one of the boys. And then the owner's like, no, like it's extremely dangerous. Like he just said one of Steve's cousins killed somebody last week. And we're like, whoa,
last
Steve.
week?
Yeah, and we're like, what do you mean, like here? He's like, no, on a farm over, but like same animal species. And he's like, he's one of the most deadly outside of the top 5. And I'm like, well, what provokes him? He seems so chill. He's like, he's so chill because he can kill anything. And I was like, got it. And I'm like, so what makes him mad? He's like, it's when you feed them and then stop. And I was like, oh crap, what have we been doing? And so then Steve got real friendly with us and like come up, and I mean he was eating stuff like off of our legs and like a whole bunch of stuff, and like you're looking at his horns and they're huge and pointy, and all he needs to do is like duck his head down, take a step forward, and you're gonna get impaled. And so towards the end of the trip, we started keeping some distance from Steve, even though Steve wanted some food. We gave him some spicy almonds, and that was a pretty good reaction because I was like, you want food? I'm going to give you food you don't like. We gave him lemons, and just like random stuff. But it was pretty cool just being there with all the animals, and they provided all food for us. And then we also had like free booze and drinks. So looking at pricing, like we paid a little bit more on average than people staying in hotels, but all food, beverage, laundry, Wi-Fi, beds, they made the beds every day. They did laundry every day. Yep. Like they cleaned our mat shoes every day. And we're like, yo, you do not need to clean these. We are about to get them dirty. But it was full service, and that's what they did. And it provided like a great experience because like some people had like safety concerns over there. But for us, as soon as we passed the gate, it was just like a sigh of relief. And like, we didn't think about having to wear our guns other than for Steve and like other things like that. So like we just got to chill and relax and just like walk around barefoot, and it was just relaxing and nice and just like camaraderie,
I love it because that's been my mentality towards majors recently, and it's been successful for me. One of the things that I saw some people posting about was, if you didn't have your paperwork 100% accurate, that you may or may not have needed to have some rand in your pocket to bring your equipment in. Did you run into any of that, or did any of the boys you were staying with run into those issues?
Yeah, I think Bill and Chris didn't get their gun until a day after they started shooting.
Oh, geez.
And,
wait, so what were they shooting?
Open guns. 38 Super Comp open guns, and I think Chris is shooting an Apollo, and Bill's shooting an EMG. No, they literally waited, and they just shot a double day. They shot like a double schedule one day. But there was like some BS with that. No Rand would get their guns out of customs. When I got through customs, it was so busy. Homie didn't even look at my serial numbers. He just opened the case, looked at the guns, looked at my paperwork, and said, "Okay." And as soon as he said that, I put one gun away and then immediately put one into my waistband, and he just stared at me. And then I just closed my case and locked it and walked out. And
you're like, I know where I am.
Like, yeah, and he's just like, but he's like too busy to say anything else. And then on the way out too, having a couple rands in your hand on checkout got you through the check a little bit faster too. But honestly, it wasn't that bad. I think they were just overwhelmed with the amount of people coming in and out. And so for the people that got the short end of this, I mean, here's the deal. You just shoot the same gun you carry. And because initially we were supposed to be able to bring 4 guns. Then it went down to 2 of the same caliber. And I was literally just going to bring, as you could imagine, 4 M&P 9s. But
shocked, I tell you, shocked.
Shocked. So I ended up just bringing 2, but those were just like, I carried my main gun and my camera guy carried the backup gun. And for the record, I don't know if like we're technically allowed to, but it's like,
I was just
not
Googling
taking
that.
any chances.
The concealed carry is allowed. You don't, as long as you're licensed to own a gun, then you can carry it. There's no separate permit required.
But also when you're in not nice countries, laws are like suggestions.
Well,
exactly.
I'm just reading what AI told me. That's all.
Listen, you can pay for tickets on the side of the road. I got pulled over on the way to the airport, supposedly for speeding. And when we drove by, we cracked a joke that the cop's literally just looking at us with binoculars. It's not even like a laser. And he's like speaking to us in broken English of like, hey, you know, like we you're going, you know, whatever, 90 kilometers in a 60-kilometer zone. And I'm not about to fight with them either. I'm not be like, no, I wasn't, you know, I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'll slow down. And then he's like, you're going to have a ticket. You have to go to the station and pay it. And I was like, oh, we're on the way to the airport. I was like, and then like camera cut like Jim Halpert in The Office, like, is there a way to pay right now? You know? And he's like, it's gonna be 500 Rand. And I was like, oh, does anybody have Rand? No. And I was like, oh, all we have is USD. Then he asked for my license and sees I'm from the United States. And then we were in like a whole caravan too. We had like 3, 4, 5 cars or something. And he's like looking, he's like, oh, they don't like USD over there. And like, they think it's like monopoly money. And so I was like, this is all I have. And I had hundreds, but I think Isaac or Jacob had 20s. And I was like, let me get a 20. Like, I'm not about to give this guy $100, you know?
Right.
And, he's like, how much is this worth? And I don't know. I was like, I think it's like 1,000 Rand, man. You know, I'm like, it's double the price of the ticket. Meanwhile, Hunter, my videographer, is calculating the conversion on his phone, sees it, doesn't say anything, and just puts his phone down. And then he's like, what are you guys, like, where are you guys coming from? What do you guys got in the truck? And I'm like, oh, we're actually just leaving today. All of those people are with us. And I like point, and the rest of the cars pulled over on the side road, like just past where we got pulled over. I couldn't have asked for better timing. I pointed to them. They look out. It looked like something from Sicario where everybody in all of the vehicles got out at the same time. And they're like, oh, are you hunters? I'm like, my name's Hunter. You know, and like I didn't want to say we had guns. I didn't know what kind of complications would come from that, you know, and especially with them on us. So I was like, you know, anyway, so he looks at that, looks at the 20, gives me my license, and we go on our way. We drive away. Hunter goes, yeah, dude, that was only 360 Rands. He's like, you just scammed the cops. The cops tried to scam you. You scammed them. I was like, side quest complete. And that's kind of like the whole theme, is that we were just looking for side quests the whole time. So like we had a rental truck, like a little Ranger, and I probably got a dozen or 2 dozen messages for speeding down that dirt road, because it turned into like a rally time trial of like the fastest car you're ever going to own is a rental, or sorry, that you're ever going to drive. So we like got the truck up to like 180 kilometers, 186 I think was the fastest, which I think is like 110, 115, bombing down the dirt. Like we jumped it a couple times and stuff, like side quest complete. And then they said like we could shoot guinea fowl, which are like little chickens. So then we would just like go on these like hunting expeditions with our pistols, shooting guinea fowl. And it was like side quest, squirrel side quest, meerkat side quest. But they wanted us to shoot like all these vermin on the ranch because like they're just nuisances to them. They're like, warthogs were good, monkeys were good. Monkeys come up and just rip wires out of the house for no reason.
Oh wow.
Like they just like grab it, pull it, and like and just like run off. And so he's like, if you see a monkey, shoot it. But like Jacob Hetherington probably had one of the most impressive shots with a pistol. We were in the back of a pickup, cruising around the fields looking for guinea fowl. The truck is not even to a complete stop yet. He whips out, mind you, his government issue CZ that he's shooting the match with, because like we're shooting our match guns to shoot these guinea fowl, and pops a shot off at a guinea fowl running away from us while the truck's moving at 89 yards and shoots it in the head.
Jesus.
And I'm just like, you could not make that shot again.
No.
Everything just lined up.
No.
And then we just started freaking out. We're like, that's crazy. And like, I had a couple of good 22 shots and stuff. I got one on a duck, like in like full bore wind and everything. But like we were just having fun. It was just like boys having fun the whole night. We watched District 9 because that took place in South Africa, and we told Joey. I think it was either Mike Wang or Joey Sutherland. They've never seen it before, and like the whole first part of that movie is like a documentary, you know. And we told them that it was a real documentary. And they're sitting there watching, being like, what is this? This is crazy. And then like they say that, like, you know, it's like 15-20 minutes into the movie, and they like show that like the ship, you know, or whatever, and they're like, Wait. So, but we were just having fun. We did some hunting out there too, and like we borrowed their guns, and the owners were like pretty impressed because they're like, oh, most people that come out here like get the gun and they ask for like 5 rounds to like see where the impacts are. He's like, you guys just grabbed the guns and shot the animals. We're like, yeah, we're shooters.
Yeah.
It's like we do this a lot. Jacob's crazy on a bolt gun. But like, so we were just doing our thing, and like it was the first match trip I went on that felt like a vacation.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so like we were literally, a lot of people were hanging out at the match because they didn't want to be at their hotel, but we're like, let's leave this range to go back to our sanctuary. And so we just had a good time through and through, and like that's what I'm going to remember about the trip. I'm not going to remember that I could have shot faster or whatever.
Right.
And I had a couple stages that connect, but I had a couple other ones that like just didn't. But that's the name of the game. And just being so burnt out, I was like, my grandpa became very ill right beforehand. I almost didn't go. And
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he's on his way to recovery right now. He's in rough shape. He's 83. He's lived a very hard life, and but he's a fighter. He's had an aneurysm, a stroke, a heart attack, prostate cancer. Beat all of them, no questions asked. So he's very resilient, and so he's making a slow recovery. But there was like he had to go to the hospital, and he was like in ICU and stuff. And so we were just like, I almost was I'm like, in my head before I'm leaving, like days before, I'm like, if I go, is my grandpa going to die? And like that was weighing on me a little bit too. But he told me, he's like, he played professional football for Iowa Hawkeyes, he played for the Chicago Bears under Ditka, and then went to the then British Columbia for the British Columbia Lions and won a Grey Cup up there. And he's like, go to World Shoot, go have the best time with your friends. He's like, that's the best thing I could ask for my grandson. I was like, you got it, and that's exactly what I did. So
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was good. And then I also made him I ordered it for him before all this happened, but I ordered him one of my jerseys in his size because he's like a double or triple X. He's a big boy. And so I got him like a World Shoot jersey I gave to him before I left for the match. I tried to like get it hooked up with Leighton's streaming thing. But the hours were like off because we're 9 hours ahead over there. So he was sleeping away when they were streaming. But I was trying to get that like linked up so he could like wear the jersey and watch just like he does with his football games.
So you were in your like the lodge sanctuary property most of the time. Did you venture into the city at all?
Yes, we did, and we got into some sketchy areas thanks to JJ Rakaza.
Okay, this is what I want to hear about.
Yeah, so JJ's like, hey, it was really hard to like find a bay to shoot at. Like you had to rent it, schedule time, and like you only had an hour. So it was just tight. He's like, hey, like my buddy's out here. He's got a range we can go to. Then JJ's like, meet us at the range at 9. I was like, cool. Then we'll drive out there. No shade to JJ on this story either. I don't think he knew what was going on. And I am very thankful we got a whole range day as well. It did end with us at the range. And we made the Schommel Classic, which I'll let your listeners look up what Schommel means in South African. And it was like me, JJ, Isaac, Jacob, Saul Luna, and then Muhammad, who's the South African guy. And we did a pre-match practice match, and we filmed it for YouTube. But we're still cutting through footage and stuff, but that will come out. And we just had a nice little stage, a few stages that we shot, but it went on this like wild goose chase of we're waiting at the like, and we were like waking up at like 10, 11 because we were just like staying up. We were like shooting stuff, drinking, whatever, just like sharing stories, just having a good time, relaxing. And so we're like, okay, we got to wake up. We got to be there at 9. So like we're all waking up, groggy, coffee, whatever. It took JJ like an hour to leave the range because he gets pulled in so many directions because he's probably the sport's biggest celebrity, I would say. Like everybody internationally knows him. Everybody wants an autograph. Everyone wants to talk to JJ. We get JJ, and then we drive hour and a half to Muhammad's house, which we didn't know we were going to, for second breakfast after we just feasted at the sanctuary because we thought we were going right to the range to shoot for like 5 or 6 hours. And then he's Muslim, and like in that culture, like impolite not to accept food. So we all had second breakfast, got even more full. Then Muhammad drove us another 45 minutes into town, through a cemetery, to the shooting range. And
I like going through
it
cemeteries to the range.
It's so eerie.
Yeah.
So eerie. And then we pull through, and then there's just like a nice little range. And then it started off with just us. It was like first one to hit the rock at like probably like 100 yards or something. Because we love playing Rock Division. I think I mentioned that in the last episode. But for those of you who don't know, you just take a big rock, and you make it smaller with your bullets. Very fun game. But yeah, and then on the drive back, we like got caught in traffic, and like we all got sketched out. So we're cruising 4 deep in this Ranger, ear pro on, guns out, in gridlock traffic. And there's like, I'm just going to say military aged males walking up and down the cars. And we later found out like if your window's down, they'll just reach in and try to grab your phone or like any valuables you have loose and then like run off.
Yep.
But we're sitting there, ear pro on, guns out, 4 white males in a Ford Ranger, untinted, clear fishbowl windows. And like I remember one guy walks up, like, and they're close enough to like look into the car. He looks at us, see we all have fucking headphones on, looks down, see we have guns, and then just looked straight ahead and kept walking. Real quick. And we probably looked like fucking Blackwater from 2006 or something, you know?
Yep.
And so that was kind of interesting. And then we tried to go to a grocery store, and it literally led us to like the middle of nowhere, like rundown buildings and like just outside of like shanty towns and stuff. And we didn't spend a ton of time in town, but it was cool to see. And just like there was probably like 5 or 6 times where like our hairs were standing up, where we're like, we all have to be high alert right now. Like we don't know where we're at, and we don't know what's going to happen or anything. And Muhammad was sharing us like crazy stories about when they had like riots and stuff like that. And it's just like people just die over there. And then like the ranch owners were telling us how it's like safer to be in the city than the countryside, because the countryside, like someone just gets shot and like there's no response. No one knows. And like the value of life is so low over there that like they just don't care. And I was like, what about on your ranch? And he's like, oh, we all got good shots here. I was like, okay.
Now, was that house? Because I remember Steger talking about how, and maybe Ian from Forgotten Weapons, that when in a South African's home, there's like an external, like where you greet outsiders, and then there's like an internal keep that you like lock everything down. Was that something you ran into?
Not even on this. I mean, like the whole property's fenced and gated. So like even just entering the property to where we were staying was probably like an 8-minute drive. 7-minute drive, you know?
Yeah.
So like we're deep into the property, and it's like you can see and hear cars coming up if that's the case. But they were like pretty laid back. I mean, like the main fences were like high voltage electrical, super high, you know, like hydraulic gates and stuff like that. So like, I mean, they had a pretty good perimeter setup, but like they also have like huge dogs, like German Shepherd and like some other big scary looking dog, and then a bunch of animals. And then, you know, they have a bunch of help also living on property. So there's probably like 15 to 20 people on property at any given time. And then you add in 18 of the world's best shooters. like
fuck up, Aaron.
Yeah, you know, it's just like, hey, like, please break it, you know? And like we've been shooting guinea fowl all day. We're ready for this. But that match was pretty fun. And then they ended up letting us go to one pasture that had like a little bit of a hill, and we got to just practice on property. And so like Isaac and I were on the same schedule, and we would just like, I don't know, 2 hours before we were supposed to shoot, just pop over to that pasture, shoot a couple hundred rounds, and head to the match. And like like that was the most practice I got for World Shoot.
Nice. How did you get your ammo there? Like, how much ammo did you have, and how did you get it there, or did you get it there?
permitted, I could take 500 rounds, and that's exactly what I took.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yep.
Yes, and I didn't take a single round more than that. We did luck out with some people American shooting pre-match, and between Isaac and I, people were just like, they didn't want to bring ammo home, and so we just we bought some of it. Some people just gave us ammo. So between like me, Isaac, Jacob, I think we had like 5,500 rounds for the week. And people were budgeting their ammo of like, oh, I'm going to train this much. I'm going to shoot this much before this day. And like, we are just shooting every animal. We are Sicarioing. I don't even know. Sicarioing? I think that's correct. Sicarioing.
Yeah.
Termite mounds. Just like whatever. And
hey, trash needs to be shot too.
Yeah, there's one guy, one of my buddies from Indonesia, who's on the squad, and he's like, yes, he's like, so I have 25 rounds in the morning to warm up and make sure my gun's confirmed. I like, check this out, and it's me literally doing like a triple mag Sicario into termites. He's like, what kind of practice is this? I was like, you never know. He's like, never know what? I'm like, I just like put my hands up and walk away, and he's just so confused because like, one, I'm being sarcastic and there's like a culture thing. Second, I'm just like wasting ammo, shooting at the ground. And he's just like, he couldn't handle it. The European mind can't handle the American antics. So we had fun, and I strongly recommend anybody who's listening to this in the United States to go shoot a foreign match. It's really easy to get the permitting done. I mean, obviously going to like Europe or Africa is like pretty cumbersome on the price to get over there and everything. But going to South America and the Caribbean, I shot, I think it was 2024. It was cheaper for me to go shoot in Puerto Rico than it was for me to go shoot in Ohio. Make sense.
Yeah, because my buddy wants me to shoot the Puerto Rican Open. And
you should. You're talking to a title sponsor of the Caribbean Open right now. I would highly recommend it.
Okay. I'll put it on my list.
20 stages in 2 days. Oof. It's phenomenal.
Let's go. I just shot 15 stages in 1 day. So that sounds like fun.
10 and 10 is not too bad, but the stages are good. They run a good match there. It's getting more popular and it's very fun. But like going to these different countries and shooting opens you up to like new cultures and shooting styles, and like the people at most of these matches, it's so nice. Yeah. And it is just such a different flavor than the United States, where, I mean, like, people are still competitive, don't get me wrong, but like, I feel like, you got your guy who just bought his Canic rival and showed up to the match unclassified thinking he's John Wick and will talk shit to you, when all three of us, and probably a lot of people listening here, could shoot strong hand the whole match and beat that guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And I didn't find as much of the big egos as we have in the US, which just made for a more positive and open like vibe for their shooting culture. And in these other countries, if they're shooters, like, it's usually pretty expensive to be a shooter there.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you just get a higher quality person who's coming to the match, because Joe Schmo isn't just dropping $500 on a full setup and shooting. Where like Aruba, they're only allowed so many guns. I think a Glock there's like $3,000, and 9mm almost $1 a round still.
That's almost what they cost right now in the U.S. if you're trying to find a Gen 5 anyway.
Yeah. Which is also, I think, just a marketing ploy from Glock.
I think you might be right. We were just recording last night. Was that last night or the other night? I don't know. Somebody posted photos of the inside of the slide. I'm like, oh, this is like 1% different. Like, it's the same damn gun.
I saw a video today. It was like, they made the channel too small for the Glock switch to fit. Like, that's all they did. Was it just the Glock switch can't fit?
Oh my gosh! Imagine what happens if you own a Dremel. Dun, dun, dun.
This is not legal advice. We take nothing.
No. Well, we
I'm
said
not
that the other
suggesting
night.
anything here.
No.
Yeah.
Laws only exist if you get caught or something like that.
Well,
Honestly, a golden rule I've lived by is just only break one law at a time, and you'll be okay. You know, that's not real advice. Okay.
No. But so we're
getting into a gray hole right here. We're just going to stop it right now.
Right, and we're going to move on to you. Were a little burnt out for World Shoot. Did that lead to 10 millimeter nationals?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Boy, was that fun. So the whole side quest theme from World Shoot then projected out to the rest of my shooting. I'm just going to say career. My motives to go shoot, because I was so sick of carry optics and limited optics and production optics that I was like, I need to shoot something new. And I had a whole premise for a YouTube video, which was going gamer mode at nationals. How to win a national title, sign up for the division with the least amount of people.
it almost worked.
Shane Coley ruined it for me.
What a dick.
He's so camera trained too. And like, again, I shot slow. My dot died. So over the course of the 3 weeks, I get back from World Shoot. I start building the 10 mils. We load a custom 10 mil, which is basically 40 cal. I did like 10 mil Stolen Valor because I was shooting 40 Smith & Wesson, essentially. Just said 10 mil on my gun and on the casing. But it was so downloaded that it was basically 40. But I ended up going through 3 optics and I blew up a gun. That was my fault for a double charge on my ammo. That was very scary. That was like 2 days before I left for nationals. I blew up a gun and I was like, uh-oh. But again, limited time on the guns. I was shooting like 190 power factor. I think the highest it chronoed was like 192 power factor. That was at area 4, which I think I won by like 45%, but there's only 4 people shooting it, so it doesn't really count.
And
but I think
that was your downloaded ammo?
No, that was the hot. Well, it was downloaded from factory, but we downloaded again for nationals. And so I think I shot 80 or 81% of Max Leogrande shooting PCC, which I think is pretty good.
That's pretty
for
good.
Shooting L10, 10 mil new
Hell
gun.
yeah.
I think it was like 3rd time shooting the gun. And I was just like, fuck it, we ball, let's do it. So come nationals, I shot free match, absolute vibes. Got my boys from Dallas, a couple boys from Phoenix, a couple boys from California. We were just doing our thing. My issue is like I would shoot and I was trying to catch hit factors and times of the boys shooting LO or open. And most of the stages I was like pretty comparable hit factors. And I was like, hey, if I'm getting like master class, or like I'm gonna say like low GM LO guys runs with L10, I'm probably doing pretty good. It wasn't good enough, and I didn't shoot fast enough at the end of the day. I think I lost by like 2.5% to Shane.
Yeah.
But I had like 3 really bad stages. And one of them was the unloaded start stage. And I messed up a reload. We had like the sun flare in the optics, which a lot of people had issues with. Yeah, so I had like a slow time and a mic, and he got, I think, 30 points on me, 35 points on that stage. And then the very last stage, there was like paper, steel, steel, paper, paper, steel, steel, paper, paper. I had 12 rounds to shoot, 12 rounds in the gun. And I was like, no makeups. You got this last one. And I like came off of 2 heater stages, burning through it. I decide to put a makeup on the second paper, and then I missed a steel. And I was like,
no.
So I go to slide lock. So standing reload on the stage. I load, I come back up, and there's no dot to be found. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
How good's my index?
Dude, left, right, high, left, pause, hit. And Shane got like 45 points on me on that stage. And then like, I think you won by 80 points. So there's like another 10 points scattered throughout. And we traded back on the other stages. But if I didn't have 2 dumpster fires, it would have been a lot closer. And then I like put Shane on the camera. I was like, hey, so like you basically ruined my video. So now you're going to be part of it. And I was trying just to get him in a gotcha moment, and he was a good sport too. And like, no shade towards Shane, just like talking shit for the sport of talking shit and having a fun plot for the video, but Shane is just so good where I'm like, listen, guys, I know why I signed up for L10. It's because I can't win another division. Shane, why are you shooting L10? And he's like, well, this is my first USPSA match of the year. I've been winning tactical games all year. And I was like, fuck, this guy's good. I'm like, good reason for L10. And then, and then I just went into, I was like, oh, so like, how long you been shooting? He's like, 22 years. And I was like, oh, and AMU? He's like, AMU for 8 years. I'm like, and how long have you been team captain of Glock? 10 years. I'm like, how long have you been shooting your Glock 35? Oh, how many national titles do you have on that gun? That's great. I'm like, as you guys know, this is my 6th time shooting 10 mil, blah, blah, blah. Just like poking at him. And I don't know if I made him nervous at all. That guy's just like, stone cold Steve Austin and stoic. But we had a good time and it was fun and just talking shit back and forth. But love L10, but I don't have any optics that have lasted on it. We blew up 2 vortexes and 1 hollow sun.
Oh damn! Because I'm 10 millimeters my next gun. I actually have the money sitting on the table in front of me right now.
Give it to me.
Right. I don't think I'm going to put an optic on it. I think I've gone full other side of the table, and I'm keeping it iron sights because 10 millimeter kills optics.
Hey, my hollow sun has lasted 150 rounds on my 10 millimeter, so clearly it works just fine.
It just works.
Well, here's the crazy part. When I got done with the stage, I clicked the plus button and it turned back on.
Oh.
So I think I sent the optic back to hollow sun. I think it was just something with the connections or the tray. Like I could have. I didn't take the tray out, which I should have done.
Screw come loose, maybe?
I'm wondering if I cracked the tray on the inside because it's plastic.
Oh.
And the battery just sat low or something, just enough to miss contact. On the Vortex, some guys have had issues with it even with 9 mil, but like the battery lid isn't like tight. And so like they shim it and it's fine. But on mine, it wasn't even that. I broke like the emitters on the gun.
Or
on those optics, and I sent those back. Shout out lifetime warranty for both brands. They'll replace it.
Yeah.
But it has led me down a quest to make a optic ready 10 mil that will survive thousands of rounds. Because I think most 10 mil guys, they'll have it, they'll zero it, they have it for hunting, and they might shoot like a mag through it just to like be like, oh, let's see how it feels. That's it. They're not. I shot 7,000 rounds in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
no, I'm literally that guy. And all of the ammo I've shot it's all been pissing hot. Either my reloads with gold dots, or I was shooting this double tap 200 grain hard cast shit yesterday. Yeah,
and we were doing power factor of factory ammo. Some of the Underwood stuff is like 290 power factor.
I can tell you what mine was because I still have it in my Garmin app from yesterday. What the hell was that? The power factor of that ammo was the average was 234.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was. It was a spicy meatball.
It's a little soft, but it's okay.
It was about 100 feet per second lower than the side of the box set. It was like around 1175, and the box says 1275. I was a little disappointed, but
yeah. Either way, it's gonna have some great kill power. But like,
yeah,
I like experimenting with these things, and like I asked Smith because like that's all official at the beginning of this year. I was like, hey, I'm like, these are my strongest divisions, but like I'm trying to have some fun. And they were literally just like, hey, as long as you make the brand look good, let's have some fun. And you know what people were talking about more so than like me not winning or whatever was, oh, you're shooting 10 mil? Like that was the number one thing of people coming up to me being like, 10 mil? Really? Like I saw 10 mil brass. I think I was the only person at Race Gun to shoot 10 mil.
I think you're the only person to ever shoot 10 mil at a nationals. I don't know if anybody's ever done that.
Baby.
Yeah, that's completely
at least not
reasonable.
since the early 90s, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. I'll take these first. It was good promo for the M&P 10 and stuff like that, other than me breaking optics. But
it's good information. I mean, again, as someone who doesn't really consume that type of gun media anymore because it doesn't matter to me, you shooting a 10 millimeter hard and killing optics with it is the information that I want because,
yes,
that makes sense.
Absolutely going to be part of the optics test videos I move forward with is 500 rounds of like basically plus P 10 mil and see if it works. So like we'll go through like the normal tests or whatever. And then it's like, okay. And I just want like the most egregious time lapse or like sped up footage of me, like just getting like annoyed of how many times I have to load a mag and shoot it. And it's like,
Oh no, we're losing.
You know.
We just garbled. We had our first garble. We got so far in this time before we got a garble. This is awesome.
Did we get it? How many saves have we done?
Oh, we've done a couple.
Okay, good.
That's good.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, welcome back.
So
It's a
yeah,
beautiful
welcome
night.
back. So there was a video, and I'm not going to say that. I don't know if it was legal or not, but I saw someone with a 10 millimeter pistol with a
FRT.
force reset trigger. Have you tried any of those?
No, so they do work, and I do have them. But I will say, and just for the record, I do have an FFL SOT. They work in the M&Ps, but they disable the plunger safety. So
That's a problem.
Absolutely, it's a problem.
Yeah.
And like, sure, the trigger's great and everything, but I started filming a video on it and stopped, and I haven't posted any reels just because like I have other pistol FRTs and it's fine, and like the safety implements still work, but the no-go on the plunger safety was enough for me not to want to promote it, because like the guns can get uncontrollable if you don't have a good grip, and for whatever reason, if you do drop it, like that striker is holding on to like just that back sear.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, we're just not going to do this, because I just feel like it's ill will to promote. Now, like the Taurus pistols, have at it, that's great. Those things are sick, little 22s, but yeah, the M&P stuff, I just don't promote that much, just because of the plunger safety. And I also asked them for their letter from the ATF saying that it's an FRT, and he couldn't produce one.
Ooh.
So I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm just sitting on M&P switches now or what, or if like he's going to get knocked at some point soon,
Right.
and then whatever. But they do work. I just, just at your own safety and discretion of using it. So just being like hyper aware that like a very serious safety mechanism is disabled on the inside of it.
That's very good to know.
Yeah. That sold me off of that.
So you've talked about side quests. Do you have any planned side quests right now?
Well, let me tell you about my Area 2 side quest first.
Okay.
And then we'll go into future plans. So Area 2, I was a title sponsor there. I put up about like $25,000 in cash and prizes of just myself, and then like another 10,000 from other companies. And I brought in some of the biggest YouTubers to the match. So like we had administrative results shoot Area 2, Micah Mayfield, Charlie Cox, Reno May, Lucas Botkins, all on the same squad, which is pretty crazy. Admin and Micah have never even shot USPSA before in their life. And I threw them into Area 2 and said, have fun.
Oh my.
Which was like, and good stories with that. But I made basically strongly suggest the squad should all shoot from concealment. So like Aaron built a slide ride ported comp 38 super comp open gun and put it in his pants.
Beautiful.
And like Christian Sailor shot concealed, Jacob Hetherington shot concealed, and Belt got carry optics win, limited optics win, and production win. Nil shot it. And then Aaron got second place in open. Oh, and we got single stack win. Or no, sorry, not single stack win. Adam did, but we had someone in single stack shoot from Belt, which is crazy. He's a mad lad. But anyways, we were all shooting concealed, and again, I was like, I wanted to shoot L10 at Area 2. They didn't have L10, so like, well, what am I going to shoot? I ended up going 9 major with a slide ride ported M&P 9.
How'd that go?
Excellent. And I'm looking forward to more open major from an M&P 9, and I'm going to build the gun properly, because I had this idea the Sunday before the match, like the weekend prior. So I just took apart guns on Sunday, put together my open major gun, which was a steel frame lower, my brass insert, Apex trigger, a 24 karat gold plated competitor slide, a barrel from my videographer's gun
that
where
gun
I had like
on
6,
Instagram.
and then an acro, and then I didn't even have big sticks for it, so I just shot 140 mil mags, and we had a great time. I finished like 90% of Bridger, which I'm like, Bridger's a good shooter. He got like 7th at nationals and one open at area 2. So like, hey, 10% off for a gun I just built, shooting from concealment with small sticks. It was great. There's some learning curves along the way, like with like the double mag pouch holsters and trying to get that oriented correctly. And on like I'm going to be building a proper 9 major M&P 9 that's like a little bit more refined, because I had some issues with the barrel. My videographer had the barrel ported, but they literally did it with a drill press and a drill bit, not an end mill.
Oh,
And they didn't do anything afterwards. He's just shot it. So not the ideal barrel to shoot. And like I benched it. So like I made the gun Monday or Sunday. We put the gun together Sunday, made the ammo Monday, tested it Tuesday. Wednesday was belt orders. Thursday drove up to Phoenix, then shot Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just like went for it and hoping the gun's not going to blow up and the optic is going to be fine. And it was. Everything worked out great. I loaded like a 147 to 1170, so it was like the lowest pressure I could possibly make, but it really didn't feel that bad. But on Tuesday when I tested it, I grouped it. I had it benched with a bag and a rest, and the absolute best group I could get at 15 yards was 2 inches.
Wow. That doesn't feel good.
Not great. And we did have some like 20 to 30 yard targets at area 2. So like, who knows? Who knows what those hits could have been with a real barrel?
yeah.
But realistically, it was probably just me pressing the trigger wrong. But like realistically though, like there was a mechanical disadvantage to me using that gun and that ammo, because like that cone spread out. If you're talking a tux at 25 and I have like just under a 4-inch group, you know what I mean? Like that is my A zone if my dot is perfectly in the center and I perfectly press the trigger. So that was an interesting side quest. Extremely fun though. And so my next side quest is going to be the Arizona State IDPA match. And I've been bugging them about like, I don't really know the IDPA rules, so I don't know what's kosher or not. I wanted to shoot backup gun with a bodyguard because that sounded fun, but they're not offering it.
The new bodyguard is actually a nice pistol.
Dude, it's crazy. I own 4 of them right now, and I've bought 2 of them, and I get guns for free from Smith & Wesson. But I was just like, I have a normal one, and then I have one that's chunk ported and optics cut from Monsoon. Then I have their Performance Center one, and then I just got the cow print one, which is what I wanted to shoot the match with. And then for the YouTube video, try to shoot Arizona IDPA State match, which is like we're doing staff Ironman format, which I think is like 10 or 12 stages. But the side quest for that match, try to drink a gallon of milk throughout the day.
Oh, Jesus.
You know, and
I love milk, but not that much. Jesus.
Yeah, and so then I asked if I could shoot a lever gun in PCC because like I thought that would be fun, you know, just because it's different. But the IDPA rules do not allow it. It has to be like 9, 40, 45, or 10.
There's 9mm lever guns, isn't there?
But I don't own one.
Oh, right.
And it's in like a week and a half. Yeah. I have a 38 special one that I was trying to argue. I'm like, it's basically 9 mil, you know, but they're like, no. And I was like, fine. So I think I'm just going to shoot my bodyguard in carry optics.
Oh my God. Yes. Please. a extremely high level USPSA GM shows up with a bodyguard with an optic.
Is 380 allowed?
I don't know.
In IDPA?
I'm just gonna honestly, I'm to a point where like I don't even care if they don't score me. You know what I mean? It's at the range is 10 minutes from my house.
Yeah.
I'm a title sponsor, so like I didn't pay for my match slot. I don't care. I'm the 2024 Arizona IDPA state champion. I think I won it in like 22 and 21 or something too, but I'm just like, I don't care. I'm like, you know what? It sounds like fun. I was like shooting my bodyguard in the match, you know, whether it's for score or not. And just to see, but like I think Ashton Hammond signed up for it. So like he'll lay down some good times. There's some other like masterclass and A-class USPSA guys that are shooting it. So like there's going to be some skilled guys shooting. And honestly, I just like to see, how much of a disadvantage I am shooting a pocket gun.
Yeah, is anybody making extensions for that? Which is, I always think it's funny to put extensions on a little carry gun.
It's 12 plus 1. So, I'm good to go. I think carry optics is 10 plus 1 for IDPA.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I think they do 10-round mags.
Oh, carry optics and IDPA is 9mm or larger. 380 is allowed in backup gun.
Fuck.
How could you not?
I'm just gonna shoot not for score.
Yeah.
We're making the decision live on the podcast because
we're doing it live.
We're doing it live. I mean, my other thing was too is I've got some sick 2011s.
Oh no!
We lost you.
Sorry, I just got a phone call.
So you're going to bring your sick 2011s is what you ended with.
Yeah, but but it's not fun. Where's the fun, guys? Where is it? I don't know.
Oh, okay. I got the video for you. So you're going to bring your case of guns. You're going to open this thing. Your camera's going to start from left to right, and you're going to have your Nighthawk. You're going to have da da da, and boom, boom, and then it's going to get to the end of the case, and there's the cow print bodyguard.
Yes.
And it's like, this is it. This is the one I shall use.
Yeah, I like that a lot, and I need to have the music, and make it start
Choir
glowing.
of Angels.
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe some cows at 50% opacity come onto the screen. Whatever it is, but I just I'm on full side quest mode where I just want to have fun.
But that's an important part that people in our sport forget. I literally was having a conversation with one of my really good buddies locally that he's like, I shot all these majors. We went all over the country shooting these majors, and I'm tired, boss. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it's okay. It's okay to have fun in this weird, dumb sport we do. I shot Revolver and SEAL Challenge one time, and it was the dumbest fun I've ever had in this sport.
Yeah, it's great. And I think we need a fun revolution to happen where people need to stop chasing percentages and alphas and scores and literally just shoot whatever you're vibing with. Because shooting open major, I've never seen a squad. Oh, the other shooters on the squad were Aaron Edens, Jacob Hetherington, Christian Saylor, Brantley Merriam, Diami, me, Dakota, Lucas, Micah, admin, whatever. But so we have some of literally the world's best shooters and biggest YouTubers. I've never seen people care less about shooting penalties on stages. We're oh shit, I had two mics on a stage and oh man, I'm sorry. I'm yeah, I don't care.
That wasn't our we did our night match a couple weeks ago at my club, and it's a novel match. We're in the dark and the night vision guys have their night vision, and I'm shooting, a Glock with a light bearing holster and the whole nine, and I didn't shoot well at all. I had the most fun of any match I went to all year at that night match.
Yeah,
it was great.
We talked about it on our last episode, or 2 episodes ago now, that I shot the Oklahoma section on Saturday, and it was a fucking shit show. We shot into the dark. That's how long the match went, and it got to the point where we were shooting stages. We had an 18-man squad of masters.
What?
Yeah. Oh, go back and listen to the episode. I'll gladly give you the full details if you want more. But we said fuck it, we ball as a squad, and we were shooting these stages in full retard mode, and people would be like, Mike, Delta Mike, Alpha Charlie, and you're just like, yep, I approve of that. Let's go, Dick Shooter. Let's go. And we finished shooting the match under the lights of a Miata.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
It was a shit show, a disaster, and I never intend to shoot that match again, but I will remember that match more than any other fucking match I've ever shot because I've never seen 18 people the fuck it we ball applied to the reset. People, it was our 14th stage or 13th stage, and people were running to set up the steel because we were like, all right, everyone, we're doing this. We're balling out. Let's go.
Hurry up and tape. Yeah, I love it. So okay, let me ask you guys some questions.
Okay.
I've been yapping a lot. We'll start with you, Mr. Andy.
Okay.
And out of your collection of guns in the safe right now, and you had to choose a fuck it, we ball, we're gonna go have fun at the match. What are you grabbing, and what match are you shooting it at?
The
Hypothetically speaking, but what do you got, and where would you want to go shoot it?
Oh, that's hard because I almost shot my 10mm Glock at the night match here this last week.
Should have, man. That would have been a flamethrower.
It would have been. I didn't have any ammo for it. That's the only reason I didn't.
Could have shipped you some.
Yeah. It would either been that or the other gun I have. It's one of those things I've wanted to shoot it at a match and I just haven't because but I'm shooting USPSA, so I have to shoot a match gun, so it's either a Shadow 2 or one of my Glocks. Is my Shield Plus.
Hell yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because you're on here. I've been screaming for years that the Shield is the best carry gun of that size that there is. And
it's the Bodyguard now, but go on.
Okay. but no, I have, even the one time I shot a concealed carry match, like it was just sort of the theme of this indoor match south of here. Everybody was shooting carry guns, and I punked out and shot my PO7 in, like I didn't shoot a little carry gun. I shot a barely compact, and I kind of regret not shooting my Shield then either. But no, it'd be one of those two. I'm either going big 10mm or little 9mm.
My vote's Shield. I want to shoot like a level 3 match with a subcompact gun.
Yeah,
just to I guess beat up on myself. But well, that's a very good answer. I'm gonna go with the Smith, not because Shane beat me at Nationals and he shoots for Glock, and not because I'm sponsored by Smith, but because I think it'd be the most challenging. Because realistically, even going up to the big calibers, like it's fine. You learn how to handle the recoil after a couple mags, and like you're good to go. I think the biggest challenge would probably just be doing iron sights on it if you don't have a dot. Or no, you have a Holosun on it. You said. Yeah. So like,
for now, as long as it lasts.
Yeah, for now. So like it's not that much different, but I think the Shield would be because the reloads suck. You're limited on ammo, so like more reloads, and it's just like a whole different game of shooting a subcompact.
Well, I can get Smith & Wesson makes 15-round mags for that because I've got the 13-rounders that came with it.
Yeah. Actually, that is true. I have a Shield X sitting in my bathroom.
Okay, so what is really I haven't seen one of those in the wild yet. What is the difference between that and the old Shield?
It is pick rail, optics ready.
Oh, it's got a rail on it.
Yeah, and it's like the Bodyguard frame, but bigger. But I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it real with everybody. I'm a Smith & Wesson ambassador, and I don't like how it shoots.
You like the old Shield
Straight
better?
Up. I don't like any of the Shields, to be honest. They're always just felt awkward in my hands. But like this Bodyguard is significantly smaller than a Shield, and the Shield X. I can shoot this Bodyguard better than the Shield X. And like there's just like something with the ergos on it. Like they made the frame bigger, but like not big enough. I don't know. Like it's just like a little chunky in the wrong places and thin in the wrong places. And I told them that too. Like I straight up, if I have issues with things, like, and I don't even like tell my marketing people, like I just have the engineers and product guys' numbers now, and I'll just text them. I'll like send them a stupid meme to get their attention. And then once I have their attention, I'll be like, you guys, like this stuff is bad. And then they're like, and now it's to a point where they know. Like I send them a meme. I'm about to hit them with like, oh, let's laugh. Here's the bad news, But
here's the lube, and here's where you get fucked. Okay, yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Now I will say though, like out of that lineup, like if you want something thinner, the Shield X is a good option. But like I would much rather just have an M&P9 compact. and it's like a little bit thicker, but like it just fills. I got some big paws, and so like I need it to fill up my hand. I don't know what magic they did on this bodyguard. It looks like a toy gun. It can. I'm holding it right now, minus the optic. The gun fits inside of my index finger and palm with a flush fit mag. It's tiny, but somehow the grip angle and like how everything fits on it, you can just get a good purchase on it and just rip the thing. I have a video for something that's coming out for the bodyguard. Hopefully it's coming out in December. That's when they said, but more than likely it'll probably get pushed back. But we were doing low ready plate racks with a bodyguard, 10 yards, like Bianchi plate rack, the standard whatever. And we were getting down to like 1.7, 1.8 seconds from low ready with a bodyguard. Ripping. And
Jesus.
it just feels good. Shield X isn't bad. I know a lot of people who like it, and a lot of close friends and shooters who switch to that as like their main carry gun now, and they're like, this is the best thing I've ever shot. So again, just like everything else, I think it comes down to preference for like what you like. Like I don't like the regular shield.
And
it's fine. I can, So like it's all preference. And so like in my mind, like I'm either carrying a full size M&P9 or I'm carrying the bodyguard. I don't go for any in betweens.
I'm sitting here looking at a picture of the bodyguard, and if you have big giant hands, like I don't get how.
Me neither.
Like it doesn't make sense.
But I can rip it. I can do. Actually, I think I have a bodyguard video coming out soon. I should have the draft this week, but like we were just doing like iron sight draws, bodyguard to target. We were getting like 250 bill drills from concealment with it, always. And that's pretty much like my standard time I like when I'm like switching platforms. Like if I'm on my MMP9, I want it sub 2 seconds. Like I know how to draw that gun, I know how to shoot that gun, but like a subcompact, like getting your grip on there and then like working through the trigger, or like new guns that I get, like I want to be 250 and below, and like anything under that is just like a special treat. Like I think I have a P10F ported video, and I think we got down to like sub 2s with that gun. That gun crazy good out of the box, unreal. But yeah, the bodyguard it's nice. Shield X, generally it is nice. I like all the features they packed into it. It's just like
I just found the cow print bodyguard. Sorry, I like it's actually a distributor exclusive or something. Like that's awesome.
Yes, it's so sick. And
there needs to be a Gateway logo on the side of that. Remember the computer company Gateway?
You know what? Yeah, absolutely.
That
Cowprint Gateway.
Yeah.
I told them they fucked up. I told them they fucked up. They forgot one thing to like really set this gun over the top, and I'm planning on doing it on mine. Probably after the state match. I wanted a pink trigger.
I was wondering where you wanted the pink on there. Yep.
For the udder, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm like, it would
maybe pink base pads.
Yeah, it would just be the cherry on top, and I'm like, then now it's perfect.
Yep.
But yeah. So it's but they're phenomenal guns. I cannot applaud the bodyguard more. Like, I mean, I've just been glazing it this whole podcast now, it seems like, but like I love it. And like to the point where like I'm even buying them myself because I want more. So I'm just like, it's great. And like especially like, I mean, the only downside is 380, and people will be like, stopping power, blah blah blah. I tell you what though, as a grandmaster shooter, if I put 13 rounds of 38 on you, you're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna cause problems.
They were military caliber up until like the 40s. So
yeah, and honestly, like modern ballistics. Yeah, 100 years ago is fine, but like modern ballistics, it's like pretty good. I mean, like I talked to a lot of cops and military guys that have their qualms even about 9 mil, but even still, I'm like, headshot's a headshot, dude, and a head is like the size of an A zone. So I'm like, I feel pretty good, and I'm probably 3,000 rounds in on the bodyguard platform. So like I've shot it quite a bit. And putting the red dot on it, absolute game changer. Like we were doing silhouette bill drills at 25 in like 250-ish time. So I mean, shooting a little tiny micro gun like that out to 25, and I mean we're just shooting like a silhouette target. So like, not getting all A's at 25 at that speed, but I can put them all on a silhouette. And that's all you really need, And then we even when I was at Smith when we were filming the bodyguard video, we even took it out to 100 yards, and we were getting hits out to 100 with the bodyguard.
Jeez.
So I don't know how much energy. It's probably like an airsoft gun at that point at 100 yards, but like it's enough for me to feel confident on, and the comfort is just unmatched because it's just so tiny. And like you just forget that you have it on. And then if you need to like throw it in your pocket, I mean, I'd recommend if you're doing pocket carry, getting a safety on it at the bare minimum, or at least like a trigger clip over the trigger guard, you know. But like you can just toss it in your pocket and you're good to go. And it's just like lightweight, small, it's great. But I'm gonna keep glazing this if we don't change it. So this leads me to Jeff. What gun are you grabbing out of your safe, and what match do you want to shoot it at?
So I want to shoot one of the brutalities with an iron-sighted AK and a 10mm Smith & Wesson with iron sights, just to show the vast superiority of competition shooting to all the tactards.
Absolutely, I could absolutely get behind that. I wanted to shoot one of those brutality matches, and I haven't made the time to do it. And they went away for a little while, right?
Well, there was a bit of a thing between Ian and Carl, and now the European brutalities are Ian and Varstaleka, and the American ones are Carl. And yeah, there's whole controversies, but I want to go to one of the European ones. The only problem with the Finland one, and I actually talked to Ian like after one of them, and I wouldn't have been able to fit in one of the armored personnel carriers they use on a stage.
The European mind can't comprehend the size of an American.
Nope. I'm like,
or a Jeff.
Yeah. Have you seen that video? The guy's getting pickpocketed in, I think, like Paris or something, and the dude just like sacks him and holds him to the ground.
Yes.
He's like a big country corn-fed boy. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I like this. I can get behind this. It's just like, fuck these scammers. Let's show them what happens. There's another one too where there's like some mom or something, and someone grabbed her passport. She just grabbed this lady by the hair and held her down. And like I don't know if they just like don't know violence over there or what, but like they just weren't having any sort of that crap. They were just, hey, you take my passport, I'm going to hold you on the ground in pain until you bring it back.
There is, when traveling overseas, being as large as I am has its benefits. It does have negatives because you get a lot of weird attention, but the positives are nice. I carried like $5,000 or $6,000 through Istanbul in like a backpack, and I was just like, yeah, no one's fucking with me. I'll be fine.
Fuck no. And like, I'm not even a big dude. And then I have a buddy named Steve that I grew up with, and I spent 4 months in France studying abroad when I was in school, and like he came and visited for a little bit, and like he's tatted up and everything, and there's just like 2 college-aged males walking around like tourist population areas. We were walking around, we're seeing ladies like clutching their purses, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're scared of us.
Yep.
They think we're the bad guys. And I was like, oh, we're fine.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And,
no, it's fun.
Yeah, I bet if you went to Japan, they would probably have like a fucking aneurysm.
The people I was in Turkey with, they're in Japan right now, and they really wanted me to go, but I couldn't like abandon my business for another 2 weeks to go to Japan.
Yeah.
And they messaged me this morning because they're actually doing 2 trips there, and they were doing the dinner for the second trip, and they go, there's someone taller than you here. And I was like, I challenge him to a duel. I need the tour host to slap him with a glove lightly across the face and tell him to meet me in Croatia next year.
Yes. What are you doing in Croatia?
They're hosting another trip, like a 7-day, go to the beach, see the places, like just tourist trip. I love guided trips.
Yeah.
Because I don't have
honestly,
to think.
they maximize your time. My mom was a big proponent of those, and like she went to Italy and Greece and China and all these other places because she's just like, I mean, she's older, but she's in her travel girl era right now. And I was like, live it up, you know. I'm like, spend all your money. I don't care. You don't need to leave any to me. Like, just go have fun and live your life. You know, I'm like, if that makes you happy, like, get after it. And she said the same thing. Like, and she's a big bookworm, and so she would like research and study all the places she went, and she's like correcting the tour guides and be like,
"Oh no, I'm not traveling with her. No, we had a blind British guy do that in my Turkish tour, and I was like, bro, like none of us cared that building was from the 1100s and not the 11th century. Like,
she's not going that hard in the paint. She was just adding to it, that's good. Like we're Greek, so like when she went to Greece, she looked up the history and stuff. So like she was just trying to get more information to everybody because she loves it so much,
Right.
And,
well, and it's kind of like what you said about the world shoot. It's about who you go with and the shit you do with them, not necessarily about where you are. Because like being in Turkey was cool, but getting the tour guide so drunk that he almost slept through getting to the plane the next day, that I will remember. Drinking.
Priceless.
Him coming out at 2:00 in the morning while we were still drinking, and him bumming a cigarette and then talking about like loneliness and life's problems, fucking drunk off my ass. That I will remember. Not what we talked about, just that it happened. And then going to bed at 4 a.m. Like that. I love that. And so for those who are thinking about doing this, I will say you have to have the right group. Like, I haven't run into any like super bad groups in my time of traveling, but I don't go for about 8 to 10 days and accept the fun of the people around you. We got that blind dude to throw metal darts at the last bar we were at waiting for our flights.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it was.
Did he hit anything?
On the fourth throw, he hit it. I have a video of it, and I was like correcting him, like calling windage. I was like, that was off to the right. That was off to the left. Middle. Yes. Okay. Fixed elevation. Cool. And then he put it in the big one, and I was like, let's fucking go.
It would have been hilarious if he threw his first dart. It's in the wall, and everyone's like, "You hit a bullseye!"
Yeah. No, we.
Good job, Steve.
We were just at our Irish bar in Istanbul, waiting for the shuttles to go on our flights. That's its own legendary story. Jumping back to you we'll bounce questions back and forth. The belt bounty. Okay. We've talked about it.
Belt bounty. Yeah.
So you gave away a few dollar bills, and then you gave away something even bigger than some dollar bills. Tell us about that.
Yes, sir. Okay, first of all, I just want to say that all these companies aren't giving enough back to shooters, and I'm going to lead by example. Because, like, by no means am I a big company. We do well. We sell belts. I pay myself a modest salary. It's nothing crazy, but, like, I can live comfortably. But, like, I'm not buying Mercedes-Benz. I'm not balling out of control like that. You know what I mean? But, like, I can go out to eat if I want to. Whatever. And in my head, I'm just like, okay, so this year I committed $40,000 in cash to shooters. And I'm like, that 40,000 isn't going to, like, I'm not going to be in like the next tax bracket getting paid $40,000 more. And I'm like, I'd rather just put that money back to the community and give it back to shooters, because like I spent, 6 years, 7 years slaving away at matches, and like, cool, I get a gun cert. But I'm like, where, like, it's great. I love guns. Don't get me wrong. I love playing with all of them. But I'm just like, that doesn't help me shoot the next match, And so as soon as I had the funding to do that from all the support from everybody, I was like, let's put it right back to the shooter. So we have one more match, PCSL. I think I'm going to raise the bounty for it. Just because like I would like Zell people some cash if like I wasn't at the match and I took out all 40 grand. So I think by the end of the year, it's probably even going to be more than that. Cause I'm just like, I literally just have a duffel bag of cash, and I'm just like, oh, well, there's cash left in here. I should just give this away. But just a fun way for shooters to compete, to earn some side cash. And for those of you listening who don't know, if you wear the Constantine carry belt, which is my concealed carry belt that I make, and you shoot it at the major matches that have a belt bounty. Sometimes I do division, sometimes it's just high overall. You get paid out cash to win. And so for Factory Gun Nationals, it was $16,000 total given away. And like, damn. I think first place belt for Carry Optics finished like 25th place. It was Buck Lawler. And then production, it was Pete. It's not Woodland, it's Wood something, but low speed or something like that on Instagram. He works at AIM Surplus, but he got I think he got 37th in production or something. He went home. Both those guys went home with $3,000 in cash and a Walther PDP for shooting belt bounty. And so on top of the money that I've put up, I've gotten companies to also support the belt bounty. So in total this year, it's a total of $100,000 back to shooters, just from this little grassroots fun side match that we're putting on. Race gun nationals, I want to do something crazier because I started asking people, I'm like, has this ever been done before in the sport? And I'm asking all the old dudes, all the guys that used to compete 90s, 2000s, even early 2010s. And then I've been shooting since 2019 now. So I'm just I know it hasn't been since I've been or heard anybody doing this. So I decided to give away a car, not just any car, but a 1984 C4 Corvette. And I was race gun nationals, I should give away a race car. So we did a race car and 13 guns, 3 suppressors. And honestly, we didn't have that big of a sign up for factory gun nationals. So everybody went home with a car, a gun, or a suppressor. And every pistol came with a tier 1 holster as well. So you got a whole setup to shoot, concealed carry setup. One of them including the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard, just as another plug. But it was fun. And I think we had 20 people shoot factory gun national. So 20 people went home with a gun, a suppressor, or a car. Jacob Hetherington shot belt. He won the car. Kind of expected. He's one of the best shooters on the planet. So sure, he won. But all the other guys went home, and I was joking that belt is the best return on investment you can shoot because we had a model 1854 from Smith & Wesson lever gun, Walther PDPs. The suppressors were cool because it was any suppressor they wanted from the company. So if you want to get a 50 cal suppressor, you get a 50 cal. If you just want a 5.56 or a 9, you can get one of those. But some of those are $2,000, and Silencer Shop covered tax stamps for them. So it was just cool. And and that was the other thing too. It's I've won suppressors at matches oh man, I got to pay $200. But Silencer Shop was cool enough to donate stamps. So those guys who got the suppressors don't have to pay for their stamps either, and nice. It's just all covered, and they can use Silencer Shop to process everything to keep it easy. But so it was just fun. And the main thing is just giving back to shooters as much as humanly possible. And next year we are upping the ante, and I'm making the belt championship. And so I'm working with Max Leograndis, and we're going to do a PCSL 1-gun format. And we created 2 new divisions, defensive practical and defensive competition. And we just want to keep it simple for people, instead of 7, 8 different divisions, it's basically full-size guns, compact guns. And so if you have, I think the rules are changing right now. We released the rules and we're taking suggestions, and then we're going to finalize it at the end of January. Because some guys hey, this gun's 1 ounce over, but it's a factory gun, and we're oh, we should probably include that. Or we limit the length of guns that have ports and comps on it. So some guy can't just show up with a 60 ounce steel frame 2011 with ports,
right,
and just smoke everybody. So for the defensive category, you can have 4.3 inches or under for your gun, but to have ports and compensators, the barrel has to be under 3.71 inches. So you can build a compact gun that's comped and ported, or you can have something like a Glock 19 and shoot shoot non-ported and non-comped. And so I feel it's a good balance, and we're working on it where we just want to balance the playing field a little bit and allow for people to shoot real carry guns and actually be competitive. And we're doing cash payouts, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for the divisions, then 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for categories, which I haven't seen yet. So we have lady, we have military, and then instead of law enforcement, we did first responder to get the EMS and fire on it as well. Because those guys. Do
snowplow drivers count for a first responder?
No. Absolutely not. And other people were "Oh, I'm a volunteer." And
I get called in to go respond to snow. I can shoot in the first responder shit at the range near me when they have that thing. I'm kidding. I don't care.
you're gonna have to just compete for the division and just get good.
Okay.
Okay. But we do have a bunch. We have like a normal
snowplow driver.
Honestly, like if it grows and we have more cash to do it, then like honestly, I would love to have some like wacky categories and just have some fun.
Can we have a height category?
I've got one. No tattoos.
What do you got?
No tattoos.
No tattoos, and then you got a
As a
strip
category.
so we can check.
Which I have a tattoo now, so I can't even.
They like drop your drawers.
Yes.
Drop trout.
I need to see your penis.
Have Speedo.
Show me the papers. And it'd be fun. Like I was talking to Haley Strategic about donating a plate carrier and plates for whoever has the most amount of misses. I think it'd be funny to attach prizes to those things, or no, maybe it was the most no shoots, and you get that, and then I think the most mics was going to be an ammo. Like you win ammo if you have the most mics. So it's like
Crimson Trace laser grips would also be a beautiful addition.
I'm sure they'd donate some too, but for that match, we're putting up. I'm putting up 30,000 in cash for just that match.
Fuck me.
So I mean, it's big payouts, and it's getting attention from like some other top shooters because as soon as you put cash out, they're like, "What do I need to do?
Yeah,
how do I win this?"
Yeah,
Jeff,
I'm not going to win.
Tell Hunter how you feel about cash payouts.
Yeah, I think it's fucking retarded if it comes from the pockets of all the other shooters. If it is
sponsor driven, yes,
exactly.
That's different. That's true.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. It's when I have to donate to the pool that I know I'm not going to win, and then I just must get on my knees and blow Nils or Christian or whoever's shown up.
Yeah,
right. Give a little gargle in the fucking parking lot during walkthrough. That's when I get annoyed.
I mean, generally speaking, I think it's ridiculous that shooters have to fund these matches and everything. I understand there's a match fee and like we have to rent the range and pay ROs and all that stuff, but like
No.
I bumped my keyboard, but I don't think I did that. All I bumped was the control key.
I'm back, guys. Sorry. Mom called.
So it's just when you get phone calls that we have problems. That's fine.
Damn it, Mom. Okay, so you were saying that you think it's stupid.
Here. Mom, the meatloaf.
I need my fucking meatloaf.
I'm hungry. I could go for some Mom's meatloaf, but
when shooters are the ones that have to pay for everything.
I think it's bullshit, and I want to see a switch into getting some like endorsements. I think how we're going to do it is so. Let me give you the whole marketing breakdown for this concealment match as well. I got to interface with like Smith's marketing department, Federal's marketing department, Hornady's marketing department, Burris, Beretta, and some other companies. And I was mainly just curious where they're focusing their dollar spends for like their 2026, 2027 or future like 5-year campaign for like, where do you see you're spending your marketing dollars? And it's in the concealed carry market. It's the strongest market that we have in the United States.
Yeah.
And like Bodyguard, the compacts, like the Sig Rose, the 365, these are the top selling guns from these companies. And so like, they don't really care about selling the 5-inch. I mean, they do care, but like, selling the 5-inch competitor is lower than the Bodyguard, or I mean, well, Sig is not selling any 320s now, but their main goal wasn't selling P320 Legions. It was selling 365s, or like the Rose packages and things like that. And so having a match that is a concealment match where like they can kill two birds with one stone, where they get concealed carry marketing and competition marketing.
Yeah.
I feel like will be easier for them to join. And I have plans for I think it will go well. We're over half signed up, and it's been open for, I think Monday was 1 week or something like that. So like it's only been open it's been open for less than 2 weeks. It's open right now on Practice Score. Just look up Belt Championship and you'll see it. It's in Dallas, third weekend of May, at Mission 160 range. Love that range. They've got awesome props, awesome movers. And then Like we've got some sponsors signed up, and more will come for like guns and ammo and the normal prize table stuff. And there'll be a normal prize table walk, but the main thing is like the cash payouts and having you have to shoot a Constantine carry belt to win the cash. Obviously, that's like the whole shtick for me. But the big thing is starting to market to these companies, being like, this is a concealment driven match, and like have John and Hunter and Alex come out to film it and do like a whole big marketing push for concealed carry at these matches. And then if it goes well, then the plans for 2027 is to open it up to like a circuit championship with multiple matches, probably to start with like 4, 1 per quarter in each region of the United States, with a nationals that's invitation only for the top shooters who score the most points. But there's an open enrollment section, and this is just fun. And this is like where like Max and I are trying to maximize the fun at a major, because we're both shooters and shoot a lot of majors. We want to make an aggregate score team nationals as well.
Did you say, you cut out just ever so briefly, did you say team?
Yeah. Team with an aggregate scoring. So you sign up with 2 other people and it's a combined score to win. And with that, there's a cash buy-in per team, but with a massive payout. And we haven't finalized the numbers, but I told him that like I want first place to go home with like 40 or 50 grand for the team, and then cash payouts throughout. And like that's where I think, you know, we could have basically sponsors support the teams with monetary donations, or if teams just want to pay for themselves, like if you and the boys want to come, but have payouts going like all the way down with like some other larger prizes. But like I really like the idea of an invitational nationals where, sure, if Jacob Hetherington shoots one of the regional ones and like arbitrary points, scores 12 points towards the championship, but Jeff shoots 3 regionals, finishes decently, and, you know, scores 5 points per, he'll have a slot ahead of Jacob because he's participating more in it. So like there's a way for people to come to nationals instead of just one match shooting well and like that's it. You know, you have opportunities to go earn more points in other areas. And then if that goes well, then like we'll probably open it up for clubs to like do local PCSL defensive matches and stuff. We don't exactly know what the name's going to be called, but we're working on it. And I just think it's
that's really cool.
USPSA hasn't helped me grow it at all. You know what I mean? And I've been talking to Max, and I've supported PCSL since it started. He's like, what if, and I've wanted to do my own match. I've talked to him about doing my own match. And then he's like, hey, you know, you did this bounty. What if we gave you a concealment match? And I was like, I love that idea. Absolutely love it. And I think it'd just be a great way for people to come out, shoot their carry rigs, go home with something cool, have a good time. And eventually a goal too, this is like off topic from the belt championship, but just practical shooting in general, figure out a way to get non-firearm companies involved with these matches, because
that's the key.
That's where the money's going to come in from. And like I've got connections in the automotive space. Like Baja Designs put up like $1,800 worth of lights for Area 2. So I gave away like Baja Designs lights. So like dudes with trucks and stuff like that, they got some of the best auxiliary lighting that's made on the market. I work with like Toyo Tires. I want to get like a set of tires donated. And like I used to work with Discount Tire a lot, and like just some of these other brands. And like if we can expand out to the automotive space or the fitness space and stuff, like that's their ad spends go crazy compared to the firearm companies. And so it's like, hey, do you want to be part of this? You'll get X, Y, and Z representation. All you have to do is donate $5,000 or something, you know, and like
it's a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, which to them is nothing. And we talked about this on the last time you were on, is that if you look at like a USPSA Nationals, there's 3 or 4 million in guns, ammo, travel, you know, wealth at that event that a company might want, you know, a piece of, and that we have no outside marketing. I know there's this kind of old school mindset. It's like, oh, we're a sin industry. No one wants blah, blah, blah. You're like, the companies will go anywhere. They don't care.
Absolutely. I also think that competition shooting is the way to erase the stigma in the firearms industry.
Yes.
Because we are the most responsible gun owners. Like, as silly as we all are, and I'm sure you are with your boys on your squad, we are some of the most respectful gun owners. You know, we all have our antics and like we have fun, but like us compared to like Billy Bob, who shows up at the public range, like we are much more well manicured and understand what's going on compared to everybody else. Like even my girlfriend, when we first met, like she grew up in New Jersey. She didn't see a gun until I put one on her counter the first time I went over to her house. She's like, whoa, I don't know about this. And I'm like, it's fine. And then like I took her to a couple matches and she's like, oh, you guys aren't just like hillbillies shooting at cans. I'm like, no, that's literally what her perception of guns were.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it got to a point like she just started dental school. She's going to be a dentist. Shout out to her. Very smart girl. And she's like, I want to bring a gun to have in my apartment since, like we're not living together for that or anything. So I'm like, okay, what do you want? She's like, I want a shotgun. I was like, good choice. Let's go shoot one first. And
I want the small pink revolver. That's the one I want.
And she's like, what's the best shotgun? I'm like, well, it's a 12 gauge, but like, you're not going to like it. She's like, well, I'll shoot it and see. And she like fired like one shot. She's like, just kicked her and rocked it. And I was like, she's like, yeah, I don't like this. I'm like, I didn't think you would. And then she shoots my TR9 and she's like, is 9mm good? I'm like, oh yeah. As long as you put 9mm on target, you're good to go. And shoot, like, I think it was like her second or third time she ever shot a gun. And I was getting her down from like low ready plate racks, like sub 6 seconds on a plate rack with a TR9 at like 15. And I'm like, I mean, realistically, I'm like, you're shooting better than like 80% of the people out there. Granted, like, the form could be better, but like it just comes with practice and everything. But for her to be able to pick up that gun and accurately hit like an 8-inch plate at 15, get 6 of them in under 6 seconds, I was like, that's great. And then I got her. I'm sure a lot of people have experienced this with their significant others or wives or whoever. If you go to the range with them, it just, whatever you're saying to them just turns into like wah 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 wah. And they're not really listening. So I purchased private lessons for her with an old top shooter at my local club.
Smart.
And then like he got her down to like 15 splits on the TR9 on paper at like 15. And I was like, I'm like, that's what I do, And she's like, yeah, I'm basically as good as you now. You better watch out. I'm coming for your titles. I was like, hell yeah, baby. And so it was just good. But again, the main point of it is just like, it was eye opening for her. And she had a full perspective change on the firearms industry and like gun owners in general. And I think there's something there, and I don't know exactly how yet, but like I have this idea in my head that like I want to lead the charge in that and like start promoting it more in that sense of like getting it out to the general public, showing that competition shooting is the way to represent gun owners in the best light humanly possible. And I mean, if we're thinking about it and I'm talking about it out loud, like it's going to happen. So
yeah, well, just your Area 2 squad alone is something that I've talked about on the show before, and is getting the gun people that people see to a match. So
yes,
getting Garantham, active self-protection, administrative results, all of them to matches. Those are the people that non-shooters watch. Like there's a distinction between gun people and shooters. Like when someone's like, "Oh, I'm a gun person too," and I'm like, "We're not the same. We
are not the same, not at all."
And so
it's important, and it's just it's like the publicity, and that's what I was explaining to Area 2, because I think like a combined subscriber follower count, there's something like close to like 10 million people between all of our channels.
Yeah,
and Instagram and all that stuff, that's huge. And that's so many potential new people. And I get so many comments on my videos where it's like, hey, I just shot my first USPSA match because of you. I had so much fun, or like I got into competition because of the content you're putting out. And like, I'm still I mean, like I put out a lot of content and it's growing, but like I'm still a small fish in a big pond. You know, like I'm not even at like 100K on YouTube, and
Well,
I'm getting. I have a bunch of comments saved because I have a push for USPSA coming up.
well, and USPSA, the local clubs, and we're going to talk about this in our next show. Andy doesn't know about this, but we're going to talk about this in our next show because I saw something about a club basically shutting down their USPSA club. And when I was in Oklahoma, they were talking about I think it was another club, or maybe it was the same club, shutting down their USPSA. And it's ways that both USPSA needs to be ambassadors to ranges, but also the clubs themselves need to be prepared to intake new people. We joke about it at my local matches is we want new people until 12 new people show up and we're like, fuck, what do we do with all these new people? And we need to have a more set in stone way.
You need a system.
You need a system. And you also need to kind of embrace the fun aspect of it. Like you were talking about way at the beginning, this is to circle all the way back. We need to go back to, hey, we're here to have fun. We're here all to enjoy the moment. It's not about the splits I had on that target over there. It's that I was in the dirt pit with my boys and we're grabbing lunch and a drink afterwards. So it doesn't matter that I was helping a newbie all day do his first stage plans because I'm with my boys and we're in a dirt pit and we're going to go drink later. Like that's the important part.
Absolutely.
You were speaking of YouTube and this topic, we can talk about this topic for eons, but last time you were on was right before your minigun armored truck video was going to go live.
Oh, yep.
Because you were like 67,900 or something like that. Like you were close, but not. How did that go? Like what? Tell us about, because you said you found the armored cars on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh yeah, you can find absolute gems on Marketplace. That is like, honestly, sometimes I catch myself on Marketplace more than actual social media because you never know what you're going to find. But the video went well, but YouTube restricted it immediately after posting. So it's like hovering like around 20,000 views or something. And like the caliber test that we did beforehand is at like 200,000 views. And
that's weird.
It just sucks. That was hands down the most expensive video that I've produced, just with the 308 and the bank truck and everything. But so it was like, the video is great. And if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend you guys going to check it out. And you can literally just search up bank truck versus minigun and it will pop up on YouTube. But yeah, YouTube restricted it. So we like didn't really get the push that I thought we were going to. Cause I'm like, this is going to be a 1 million view video. This is some crazy shit. And it's the most high quality footage of a minigun on YouTube. And we shot 10,000 rounds that night of 308. And we blew the truck up. Right. Like, I mean, like a column, like a 40-foot column of flame coming off the truck. And it just like, it is what it is. Silver lining, me and my boys got to blow up a bank truck. So like,
right. The small victories.
And like when I was at World Shoot and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I got a YouTube channel." Like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I do like educational stuff, gun reviews." I'm like, "I blew up a bank truck with a minigun." It's like breeze over it, and they're like, "What?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." And they're like, "No, like some people question it," and I'm like, "I got the receipts right here, buddy. Check this out," you know. And they're like, "Whoa, this is crazy," and like. YouTube's at a weird place where they're censoring a lot, and it's unfortunate. I feel like I should have probably started a gun YouTube, just like I should have bought houses in 2008 when I was in grade school. I should have started a gun YouTube 15 years ago as well.
God.
So, but overall, it like we had a good time shooting it, but YouTube censored it, so it didn't really get the same push that I wanted. Then in August, YouTube went through and deleted like 30 of my videos, and that sucked. It was on my part for like some stuff I had in the captions, so it was like totally user error on my part, but it was the same captions we used for the lifetime of the channel, and then like randomly they looked at it and just neutered the channel. They took down my grip video, which I think we're just gonna like re-upload at this point because it's been so long. But that video had almost like 1 million views on it and accounted for a lot of my subscriber count because It's like one of the most concise grip videos online with demos and explaining it. And I like realistically, that was probably one of the times that I explained it the best in one shot. Cause like when I instructed a lot. I instructed for like 2.5 years, like 2 to 3 weekends out of the month, like thousands of people. And like, so I've explained grip quite a lot, but that time on camera that day, the words that came out of my mouth were just flowing and it was good. And like that, I get people asking me weekly of like, hey, where's your grip video? Like I revisit that. I watch it multiple times. And so I think I just got to re-upload it just to give the people what they want, you know? But YouTube is just like, it's a questionable place right now. And a lot of gun tubers are feeling the same pain of like lack of engagement or more scrutiny from their censorship. They switched to like an AI scrubber for censorship. So a lot of the times, like, you know, it's not even close to what we're doing. And they marked me for one of the World Shoot documentaries that I was selling guns. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, this is literally Jay on his farm picking blueberries. I'm like, we're not selling shit. And it just and I appealed it, and I finally got like a human review, and I got to write a paragraph, and I'm like, this is documentary for an international sport for World Shoot, which is like the equivalent of like our Olympics basically. And they put it back up, but just like things like that just sucks. And there's no really other good platforms for it. And there's another push that we were thinking about, like uploading to Rumble and then just like having a Patreon that's like $1 or something, or free or like whatever. I don't know. Like, I mean, everybody who has Patreon told me I should have like payment things. I initially just want to do it for free and just basically like double post every video and then have it live on the Patreon as well. So there's just like a archive of all of the other videos, you know?
It's not a bad idea.
No. It's a whole thing. And I don't know, but since all those videos got taken down, like all my engagement and new subscribers and everything like drastically decreased. And so I don't know if I'm like shadow banned or whatever on YouTube right now, but it's a thing for sure.
And it's really demotivating because I had one, because I was just posting YouTube shorts and I had one go not viral, but it did well. It almost got 1 million views or whatever. So, you know,
that's super well, dude. That's viral.
Yeah. In shorts world, it's always, the numbers are so weird. It always makes you feel like it's not that good, but it, like you're saying, it also drives the engagement of every other video. So I was posting a video and getting 50,000 views, post another video, get 50,000 views, and then it fell off a cliff and then never came back. And I haven't uploaded since. And I'm like, it's really demotivating. Okay. So we've been going for a little while.
Yeah,
how about this?
A little while.
You get the last two questions.
I have a complaint. I need you guys, Hunter, I need you to change the date of the belt concealment championship because my daughter's graduating from high school that weekend and I can't go.
Not important. Skip it. Next question.
Okay.
So next question is yours. What you get the last two questions.
Questions? What the hell is he going to ask us?
Well, I don't know. He asked us earlier.
I get the last two questions.
Oh, I never answered the match I was going to go to with my gun.
What match are you going to go to?
I didn't have an answer for that, but
okay. Well, okay.
Zombies in the Heartland. That's where I'm going with it. Yeah.
Yeah. Shoot some zombies. That's good. Okay. Let me think. Let me. I didn't know if you were talking to me. Or,
sorry.
Or questions. What the hell is he going to ask?
Or Andy, when you said the last two questions are for you. Okay. Let me think here. So, oh my gosh, I'm on the spot now. Why do I feel so nervous? And I'm blanking on words. Dude, I was like,
I've said 14
okay.
words this whole episode. Like, how are you not coming up with something?
Oh my gosh. All right. So let's, okay. I got one. It's just more of like a discussion
penis
topic.
Is bigger than Jeff's. Absolutely. Yes.
I believe it. I mean, sometimes the big guys will surprise you with how little they're packing. You know? So one thing, I went down a rabbit hole of old World Shoot videos when we were putting together footage for the current. Now, I'm seeing a drastic change in stage design where old World Shoot videos, they are like hot holstering, they're jumping over barriers, they're climbing ladders, they're shooting from ropes. They've got like crazy movers at the back of the stage. Some of them, they set up whole towns. They had cars parked you had to run around, and you're shooting through like building facades and stuff, and it's like paved roads. It looked so cool. And fast forward to Race Gun Nationals, it is 9 open targets with some walls. What the fuck is that? What are your guys' opinions? And I think we talked about this a little bit last time. Like, do you think that having interesting and fun stage props takes away from the shooting?
No. I have very strong feelings about this. Area 3, okay, we had a swinger at Area 3 that was, everybody called it Mock Jesus. It was fast. It was the fastest swinger that's ever been in at a match I shot.
Masters and GMs were struggling to call two on Brown.
It was not impossible if you stayed and shot it. And that was what I loved about it, was that I stayed for 4 passes and 5 rounds, and I got my Alpha Delta on that target, and I moved on.
Hell yeah.
And Steven, he threw 2 at it and had Mike, and then he threw like 1 more, I think, at it from the back corner, and then moved on and took 2 mics on it. And Steven's a better shooter than I am. I will freely admit now, even though I beat him in 2023 in Iowa.
Still counts. People don't forget.
Still counts. Yeah. No, I'll never let him forget that.
It's fucking Tuesday.
Yeah, Steven. Okay. But people were like, the good shooters were the ones who were losing their minds over this. And it was such a fun target. And that wasn't even a physical challenge. It was just a crazy hard target.
Yeah.
But there was a stage that Jeff would have absolutely hated it, but I had planned a prone stage in the match. And
wonderful.
The number of people who are like, even Bruce, my co-match director, is like, well, people are going to, like, there's going to be old people there, and they're going to have to lay down. And I'm just like,
bad,
oh, my
God.
Man. Like, in this sport, 30 years ago, people were jumping over walls.
Yes,
with guns in their, with loaded
people
guns
who
in their
now
hands.
can't go prone.
And now they can't go prone, and they're pissing and moaning about it. I am of the opinion, like well, you also shot Nationals, Race Gun Nationals, Hunter, that the swingy bridge stage, people were bitching about that a lot too. I love that stage. I thought it was fun.
That was it was one of the best stages there because it was different and challenging, and like it put us in an element that we've never been before. And I think that's what major matches should be for. I can go shoot a stand and shoot. I can go shoot a field course where I run around walls and shoot open targets. I want to be challenged and do something different. Like Area 8, they had the floating bridge and like poppers on rails that were sliding across the bay and like just fun stuff like that. And
well, we're from Area 3, so we've done lots of that shit back in the Sherwin days. You never shot a Sherwin Area 3 match, so
I wish I could.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
The number of people, like the people locally here, they either loved it or hated it.
Well, and that was a difficult part of it.
The tryhards hated it.
Well, some of the tryhards walked away with like medical bills because of matches.
There was one year where it got a little out of hand. Yeah, I mean
there were multiple
mistakes
years
made.
There were multiple years with massive safety violations, medical injuries.
There was, but
okay. We could put a line in the sand, where we can have interesting stuff, but not beat competitors up.
Right, because
not falling off a roof.
Yeah, the roof tore a couple ACLs.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And the pool noodles,
but no one knew where the 180 was. But like I agree that there can be a balance between it but it's where do you draw the line? I support a 220-pound dummy on the stage that you must move 15 yards. I have no problem with that.
You're also a giant.
Correct. This is what I'm saying is we have to have the conversation of who the match is for, because right now a match is ran by a staff of normally people in their 40s and above because they have the time to be staff. it's shot by old retired dudes and then a couple of young guys that are trying way too hard at a sport that doesn't matter.
But the average age for USPSA has dropped off a cliff. That was the thing they talked about at the member meeting at Race Gun Nationals. I think it used to be like 56, and now it's like in the 40s.
Oh, nice.
Good. Let's get it lower.
Yeah, it's getting lower. Like it's a lot more younger people getting into it.
And so it becomes a conversation because like the brutality matches are a great example of they throw fairness out the window and they're just like, this is the stage, do it.
This
we
is
don't
what
even
it is.
care.
Yeah.
Right. We don't care if people don't finish. We have presented you a challenge, complete it. And you're like, cool. But it does kind of be like who didn't get the most 30-second penalties. So
just like little things, like there was a 3-gun match that Joe Farewell shot where they breached the door with their shotgun.
That would be
cool
fun
as shit.
We used to do that
you know
in our
what I mean?
cop match at my club. There was we did a match called Cops and Robbers, and it was 4 police officers. It was basically cops, and literally anything goes open. Like you could put a 33 round Glock mag in your pistol.
Yeah.
Anything goes. And we had a breaching door that we did every year. Sometimes we do it with a battering ram because one guy was a cop and he would bring the battering ram from work. And then other years we'd shoot out a piece of lath.
Hear me out. You want a short course, right? You get a target at like 12 yards and you get it sponsored by Safelite. And you replace windshields throughout the entire match. And you have to shoot through the windshield. You know what I mean?
You have to have a power factor in your... Instead of knocking over poppers, we pierce windshields. That's the power factor.
Everyone needs to inhale that sweet glass.
Yes.
Aerosol glass.
Another idea we were just like joking about talking is like, so like you have a target that is like right behind a wall. And then there's like walls leading it. So just like, it's like as wide as the target stand with the target. Like you shoot through it, you're going to get your hit, but a drywalled over target. So you shoot through drywall at the target.
Like soft cover target. That's actually legal in USPSA.
Yeah. Yeah. Soft cover, but like drywall. You know what I mean? Not just like a tarp or something.
Yeah, as long as you just define it, that sheetrock is soft cover. That's
and
totally
just make
legal.
it like a no penalty mic. So like you're going around and go bang through the drywall and just like, because like drywall is cheap and you just like pre-cut it and you make sure that the staff on that stage can like lift it up and you just like make a little jig. So you just like drop the drywall in after it gets shot. But like just little things like that, I think would make them and some more like physical aspects of it. Not necessarily like dragging a 220 pound dummy for not fucking,
come on, Jeff.
Goliath.
I'm just throwing out challenges.
Well, like
that
Hunter, did you happen to see any of the videos from Area 3 of the 270 stage? Where people were, it was basically a 270-degree stage. Like, that was, like, everybody was talking about
That's
that.
cool.
Like, it was super cool. It was physical. Like, you had to run. Like, that was a running stage. It was the most running I've done at a USPSA match in forever. And that wasn't even my idea. That was Bruce's idea. I got to give him all the credit for it. But it was a fantastic stage.
Yeah. Or a stage with a stage gun that you have to shoot the stage with for score. So like, let's say Kimber gets on board, you get your new 2K11 out, you get like one mag in it and it's like a little, it could be a 12 round, 18 round stage, whatever, like enough for like one mag. So people don't have to reload maybe.
Right.
Or maybe reloads come from barrels and they're staged. But like, I think that would be a cool aspect too. It's like you want to test your shooting skill. How good are you at shooting different platforms?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
get a high point out there too. After that one.
So I know we're. Did you guys ever see the show Hot Shots?
Yes.
It was. Yeah, they did that at a match where it was you use like Benelli shotguns for a trap stage, and then you went over to another, like there was like a cowboy action stage, and so you had to use birdie rifles, and then you had to go do like if there was a match like that, I would sign up just for the lulls. Like
exactly.
Put the ammo,
again, it's
put
bringing
the ammo
the
in the
fun
cost.
back into it.
Yeah. And also acknowledging, circling all the way back again, that the match isn't the most important part. It's the social aspect surrounding it. So having dinners or like bar crawls and shit like that planned, I support that 100%. Like,
We're gonna make sure you're hungover as fuck when you shoot the match tomorrow. That's what we're gonna do.
Ask Christian Saylor and Aaron Edens about Area 2 and their fucking shenanigans they're doing at night. Christian came home at 4 a.m. one night.
Let's fucking go. And he win?
He won carry optics.
So apparently that is what world champions do.
Yes. You're on the right track, Jeff.
Yeah.
You're on the right track.
I drank my way through South Dakota.
They weren't getting like belligerently drunk. I don't want to speak for these guys, but there was a country concert in Phoenix. Like they went to a concert. They wanted to go see the musicians that they like to see. And like, I was like, all of us were like, that's cool. Like, we're going to just vibe at the Airbnb, but like, you got to go do your thing. But like Christian and Aaron just like rolling in late, barely getting to sleep. I think they came home at like 1:30 for our AM start the next day, and they made it happen,
But legends, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Absolute legends. But I want to see some of that fun aspect getting brought into it again, or just like, what is it? Handle It Grips just posted a video today of a guy strapped into a chair on a motor, and it turns 360 degrees, and you need to shoot upside down to get the low port.
Some of that Top Shots shit from back in the day, like I think it was the first season of Top Shots or Top Shot, whatever it was called. They were on they were sitting in a chair on a cable. And it was going down, and they're like shooting targets left and right. It was like the most fun-looking shooting challenge I've ever seen.
Was it? It was like a zipline one.
Yeah, zipline. I couldn't think of the term.
Yeah, because
they're sitting in a zipline little thing.
Yeah. There was an episode. I think it was a Hot Shots that did that as well. It was some like Texas 3 gun or something like that, where it's like shooting your pistol just trying to smoke targets, and you couldn't go back for them, and you're just like, okay, handle it as you go. I'm like, that sounds cool as fuck. I would sign up for a match just to do that.
Yeah.
We used to have a prop in Tucson where it was a track, and they rigged up a bicycle on it, so you had to pedal your way forward to shoot targets, and like that was super cool. And they changed it to like car? No, but I saw that. And again, like, that's cool. And like, of course, top shooters are complaining, be like, well, it slid a little bit faster for this guy. Too bad, buddy.
Competitive equity.
If Jeff gets in that minecart, it's going to go Mach 7. Andy, if you get in it, you might break 20 miles an hour. Like, it was just like, yeah. Homie weighs 2 times as much as you or whatever,
No,
but
he doesn't. He weighs like point. He's got me by like 30 pounds. That's all.
Oh, you're
I'm not
a big
small
boy
either.
All right, let's say it's like fucking me. I mean, I'm 200 pounds, so like I still got some weight on my body.
I'm 300.
I'm
so
270. So we got you by a few.
You got a few of these. How about like June Kim? You know what I mean?
God.
Like like your mind part's gonna go faster than June's for sure. But like
100%.
I just want to see some fun stuff. And like, I think Bill Drummond's going to do some cool stuff for IPSC Nationals at Greater Pittsburgh Gun Club, because it's at his range. And they're creative, and they have like, Bill owns that range, and he's a top shooter. So like he's going to make it good, and like talking to him and his wife, like they were going to buy a house off the range, and I think they have another house somewhere else or something, but like they literally live on the range. Their house is on the range. So like when they're like, hey, we're building stages for Area 8, they're like, cool, it's shut down, get fucked. Like no problem. And that's like the best way to go about it too. And like most ranges don't have that type of freedom.
Right.
But like, just it is what it is. And like I'm with you guys. I want to see some more fun stuff at these matches, and I think having some more like pageantry at them will increase the participation, because everyone's going to watch this Area 2 video. They did Alien vs Predator theme. They had huge alien cutouts. They made the bar from Star Wars. We had the teeter-totter. We had some other things. We shot out of a helicopter fuselage. Han Solo. Yeah, like all this different stuff. So it was like, it's simple, and like realistically doesn't even cost a ton, but like just dude, South Africa, it's literally like a square picture printed out at Kinko's on corrugated plastic of like a fucking lion. And I'm like, Cool. Where's the real lion? Where's the
Right. Where's the petting
You have
area where I
lions
get a
here.
I want to pet a lion while I'm waiting to shoot.
Yes, we need fluffy cows at the new range in Rapid City next time we have a match out there.
All the buffalo.
Don't pet the fluffy cows, but we'll have fluffy cows.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah.
So okay, to actually end it because we're Midwestern goodbying. Hunter, do you have anything that we haven't covered that you would like to announce, like to tell people about before we sign off?
Just buy a belt and shoot a match. That's it.
Good, because I really
fucking
gotta
go.
pee. I'm glad you kept that short.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm dying.
Side note, I peed while we were on here and you guys didn't even know.
Oh,
I made a drink while you were talking at one point.
I have like an actual studio and I'm tethered to it and it sucks. Nothing is wireless
What,
for me.
you don't put a catheter in? Are you not even committed to these?
I could.
You don't have a gamer bottle? You fucking scrub.
Okay, I'm about to have a gamer bottle. My Buffalo Trace bottle is almost empty, and it's a 175, and I'll be able to use that once it's empty. But it's not quite empty.
Yeah.
So
And on that note,
on that note, Hunter, it was a blast. Thank you so much for doing this
guys.
again.
Yeah, it's always fun.
It was a ball. He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson, and I have to pee. This is not another shooting show.